Down East Maine, referring to the way the ocean currents travel along the northeast coast, has countless adventures to offer the outdoorsman. But we are here for something really unique, something most people don't associate with the rocky coast of Maine. We're here to fish the shallow water flats for late-season striped bass.
Oh, there you go, you got him. Fish on.
Yeah. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Enjoying the incredible drama of geography, weather, and wildlife? Well, that's just icing on the cake.
We're on a fish.
Whoa! What a toad!
Oh my God!
Yeah.
There's a distinct chill in the air here in Freeport, Maine. The leaves are just starting to change color. There's a lobster roll seemingly on every corner, and the striped bass in Casco Bay are ready to rumble. It may be early autumn, but the sun still rises pretty darn early this far north. Our guide, Captain Eric Wallace of Coastal Fly Angler Charters, met us at the Yarmouth Boatyard to take us out into historic Casco Bay, which can be glass calm or brutally choppy depending on its mood. Freeport lies about halfway up Maine's Atlantic shore, and a more ruggedly beautiful place you'd be hard-pressed to find in New England. We lucked out. We started our adventure on a placid morning of calm winds and seas. However, for a thin-blooded angler used to the tropics, it's still pretty chilly for my taste, so I bundled up. You know, it's one thing that I miss the most. Smell for me is one of the strongest memory triggers.
Right.
And there is no place in America that smells like the North Atlantic.
Oh, I know, yeah.
The salt, the seaweed, even the mud. I mean, it all just combines to make this distinct smell. And as soon as I'm here and I smell it, it's like a flood of memories from my entire childhood and life come back.
And Dean, what there is in here is there's a lot of little rocks, little grass around the rocks, and then in between them, there's some pretty firm bottom and some sand. What's happened is the incoming tide has taken from the outer grass beds the little bait and kind of shoved it right up into here. There's going to be a lot of little rain bait in there. They may flash at it a couple times before they commit to it, and if they do, give it a good hard strip. And I might pull you just a little bit more towards 10 o'clock on the boat, 10 to 11.
Tides here get pretty extreme. We aren't far from the Bay of Fundy that claims the highest tides in the world at some 50 feet. Casco Bay isn't that radical, but the 15 to 20-foot tides here really affect the fishing.
At any moment here, we could see fish just kind of start busting up on the surface along this shoreline, and we'll pull right in on it. Yeah, exactly. That's what they like. Just tap it a couple times. Let it get down in the water column just a little bit.
Hooked up. Had you already adjusted the drag on this?
You can play with that a little bit, whatever you feel comfortable with. What I don't want you to do is give them too much in here. There's a lot of rocks.
And what's the tippet?
You got plenty. You have 15 on there. He's not that big. He will come after right back towards us here once he hits this hard bottom. You just be ready to catch up to him there.
I wasn't even paying attention.
Quite often on these, when the tide gets a little slack, they'll just rest down there and not show much movement.
So the slot here is over 20 and under 27, is it?
That's one fish between 20 and 26, or one fish over 40.
So you can take the granddaddy if you happen to catch it.
That's right, but not two fish per day, just one, one or the other.
Oh, gorgeous. What a fabulous way to start the morning. Beautiful. What a beautiful fish. Look at that.
I want to bring him over towards me. There we go.
That is a lovely, lovely striped bass.
Yeah, he's got some neat colors on him. Pretty fresh still, you know. That looks like he might be just roaming through the bay.
Wow,
right.
What a nice, strong fish.
Good job.
Beauty.
Good job.
Look at the way he's sticking that dorsal up.
Purple, a little laid up bass on a slack tide.
Couple of little sea lice still on him.
Great. Nice fresh
Thank
fish.
you, sir.
You bet.
Ma'am.
Ready to say goodbye. Here we go. Let's get him going again. Oh, there he goes. All right.
Whoa!
Good job.
He was anxious to get back to what he was doing.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. What a fabulous way to start a day.
Let's get another.
All right.
When we return, we'll show you just some of the myriad lures, plugs, and flies you can use to entice a striper to strike. Sport Fishing Television is presented by Yellowfin, the choice of champions. By Mercury, #1 on the water. By Penn, the biggest name in fishing. And by the Florida Keys and Key West. Come as you are.
Eric, most of what we're doing up here is fly fishing. So let's look at some of the flies that we're using. And you tie a lot of these yourself. What's this one?
That one there's a hollow fly, mackerel or a pollock, something that might be in the shallows looking for either
Looks
smaller.
like it has a
bait.
fat body.
Yep. It's a nice round profile. Breathes really well in the water.
This looks for all the world like a glass minnow. Is that what it's supposed to imitate?
Absolutely. And there's a lot of those around.
Easy to throw?
Yep, very easy.
It's hard. It's epoxy,
Yep.
plastic. Now I know that striped bass love all kinds of shellfish. Lobster, crabs,
Green crab.
green crab.
Green crab. A ton of them around here. Fish will really focus in and key in on those. So,
And all of these look considerably different once they're wet.
absolutely. Yep.
What's this one?
Popper. That one there is just to bang water around and bring some attention to itself, acting like an injured bait fish would.
Interestingly, most people might think that flies are always fur and stuff, but this is, again, this is hard.
Yeah, a little epoxy wrapped around some...
And some rubber. And,
Yeah, some foam and epoxy.
and yet they're all very good-looking, handsome works of art. Here's something different.
Sluggo. Go-to little critter around here. A lot of guys use
Rubber
that.
jerk bait.
Yep.
Weedless and hooked like a Texas rig. And then finally, if you really want to throw something a long distance, they seem to go for this pretty well too. This is an intermediate.
Yep, that one there seems to be the color combo that they like.
But I noticed you changed the back hook.
Yep, I cut off the treble hook and just leave a single on there.
That's good. I hate treble hooks. They always get me more than the fish.
Exactly.
Well, that's great. And you do tie a lot of these yourself, not for sale or anything, but just to do yourself. And you do a beautiful job because I got to say, I really have always thought that well-tied flies are like works of art.
Well, hopefully they fish well.
Yeah, I hope so too.
At this time of year, you'll find fewer boats and anglers on the waters. In fact, you can be within sight of a town and still be completely alone.
Hey, Dean, right there at 10:30, right on that seam. See, you just marked. See that mark? Put a cast right there, maybe a couple feet in front of it. As soon as it lands, just a couple little taps, and then strip it like crazy. See what happens. I want it to land real close to him and just strip right away. Just a few taps. Get it down in there. Good cast. Good. There you go. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Oh, whoa.
You come back to it?
Yeah.
There you go. You got him. Fish on. Good job.
That was so cool.
Nice little tail on that guy. Huh?
That was beautiful. It was like instantaneous, Eric. Come on over here.
Even in calm waters like this, you often find fish like this one in tidal rips and eddies.
Ooh, that's a handsome fish. That's good size. Oh, I love it. Just throw this fly out and it's like instantaneous.
Yep. These fish like flies in this bay.
That was so cool. Okay.
Nice little shoulders on this guy, huh?
Oh yeah, that's a strong fish. I'm gonna bring him over to you.
on one of your personally tied. You know, I came up with a name for that fly. Puff Daddy.
Puff Daddy?
Yeah.
I need to add a little bit more bling to it.
That is gorgeous. And he's got some belly on him,
Yeah,
too. They're all eating a lot of bait here.
Yep, a lot of bait in the system right now. Little sea lice back here, and just kind of pretty fresh, nice, pretty fish.
Now, those sea lice go away at a certain temperature or something?
Yeah, they'll kind of drop off into cooler water.
That looks like a slot fish, too.
Yep, these guys will eat crabs and they eat baby lobsters.
Oh, yeah, they love I can tell you they love baby lobsters.
Yep.
All right, let's put him in the water and see how happy he is to be home.
Many of these fish prefer a fly even over a live bait.
Strong?
Yep, nope, there he goes. No, there you go.
See ya. Oh, I want to do that again.
Well, let's do
that
it.
was kick butt cool.
Doing it again, we'll have to wait for tomorrow. Darkness descends quickly in the northern autumn, and with it, a chill in the air. We'll tell you about some of the desperate problems facing America's greatest fisheries management success story when we come back. Remember that old adage about red sun in the morning? The forecast is calling for worsening weather as the day goes on, and I hope it doesn't ruin the fishing for us. With all the islands and rocks in this part of the coast, another old down east saying holds some truth. You can't get thea from here. There's no such thing as a straight line between fishing spots, and around here, you'll find another ubiquitous obstruction to both your travel and your ease of fishing. Lobster pots are everywhere.
Whoa.
All right.
Oh.
There you go, right off
Myrika.
that. Nice, right off that grass edge. Good job.
Yeah, right on the corner, right where you said it would be.
Right on.
It's got a little heft to it.
A little feist to him, huh? Tell me when you're ready, and I'll come down there.
He's pretty green still.
He's pretty hot. Good.
He's pulling some drag.
I don't get to fly fish every day, so in this increasing wind, I thought it better to pull out the Penn spinning gear.
Nice little guy. Oh.
I like that boil.
Yeah, looks like he has another buddy with him right there. Kind of ran in to see what's going on. Nice.
All right, I think he's ready.
All right.
He might even fit the slot.
Push the power poles right behind you, Dean.
Beauty, beauty, beauty. Right in the corner with that plug.
Good job, right in the top
Beautiful
of the
job.
lip.
Top lip.
Couldn't ask for a cleaner hook when you have a trouble hook, could you? Look at that. Nice little belly on him, too. He's been eating well.
He's been eating, yeah.
Real good.
And look, you know, I don't know why. Most fish, a lot of fish, when you catch them, you have to pull this up, and as soon as you put them on their belly like that, they stand up.
You know what it is? I think you just give him a little belly squeeze.
Oh, yeah, well,
something happens there.
That's for sure. Is that a slot fish?
I think you're probably clean. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, good one.
Yeah.
Well, shall we let your child go here?
Yeah. Put him back in there.
Thank you.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, he is no worse for the wear. He was in a hurry.
He got out here in a quick
He's
time.
late for something.
Hey,
I don't know
good
what.
job.
Thank you.
Put that cast right on the money. That was perfect.
Maine striped bass are in trouble. Being at the northern edge of the striper migration, save for Nova Scotia, we see population problems, a lack of large fish, large numbers of small fish, or sometimes a flurry of large fish and frightening lack of young fish. Guides from Maine to North Carolina are seeing declines in fish numbers, even though fish seem plentiful in the mid-Atlantic states to the south. The problem is twofold: overfishing and lack of menhaden, the striped bass' primary forage food, and this is due to mismanagement. There is the terrible mindset that the value of a fish equates to dead protein on the dock. Bottom line is that federal and some state fish managers must reduce striper mortality. Maine's Terry Stockwell of the Maine Department of Marine Fisheries has been instrumental in blocking passage of bills that allow this mindset to continue. He also has helped orchestrate new laws that govern previously wide-open netting of menhaden in Maine. Huge overfishing of menhaden, especially in the Chesapeake Bay area, which produces 75% of the striper population, has resulted in extreme stress on the striped bass. Thanks to a few dedicated conservationists, including our guide, Eric Wallace, the future of striped bass fishing in Maine has hope. For more information or to get involved, contact the internet-based conservation group Stripers Forever, whose goal is to make striped bass a game fish throughout its range. Next, Captain Wallace explains why he doesn't want me to eat striper for dinner tonight. Sport Fishing Television has been presented by King Sailfish Mounts, offering a full selection of world-class release mounts. By Chica Lodge and Spa, luring anglers to the Florida Keys for more than 60 years. By Bomber Saltwater Grade, built to dominate. And by Ray Marine, world leaders in marine electronics. The sun has come out and the wind has steadied. Weather-wise, we might be okay after all.
Eric, I noticed when I was doing a little research before coming up here on your website that you really are pretty adamant catch and release proponent. On the other hand, you know, we sort of like to take a fish now and then. That's reality. There are a lot of fishermen who like to eat fish. I'm not saying that you should fill a garbage pail full of them, but why is it that you are so adamant about not taking any fish?
Yeah, I definitely do promote catch and release. You know, if we gill hook a fish or we've killed the fish and it's in the slot, by all means, you know, that's an opportunity there. But if we have an opportunity to release a fish that's healthy, that's our goal. One of the things that's happening with this fishery is we're losing a lot of the spawning size fish down south around the Cape. So our next round of fish, we're not so sure where they are. Normally, you know, we have a lot of little fish in the system. Those fish are not being seen anywhere. So we're trying to keep what we can in there, trying to protect this thing. And the recreational anglers are the biggest impact on the resource. This fishery gets a lot of use. So if we can keep some healthy fish in the system, by all means, we want to try to do that.
Good one. Ain't she a beauty? Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you so much. Ooh, pulling some drag, too.
There we go.
It's a good thing that you can catch fish here some of the time, because otherwise you would never warm up.
That's right.
Oh! That's handsome. That is handsome. And this is...
It's a nice little fish.
Oh, yeah. The right tide.
Yeah.
The right time of year, the right time of day. Whoa, that's handsome. That is a good fish. That's a slot fish, too, I think.
Good job.
On that plug. Look at that.
Nice.
That's definitely at the top end of that slot.
That's absolutely.
Yeah, let me help you with this.
Oh, great. Perfect.
Beautiful. And you know what? Fishing barbless really helps a lot, too.
Yep. Real clean release there.
Yep. Thank you. Have a great day.
Have a good day, Mr. Fish. Get him kicking again.
A line cider.
Yeah. Look at that in the sunlight. Pretty fish. He's ready to go.
He's anxious to get back to business.
Yep. Go get him, buddy.
See ya.
All right.
Thank you so much. This has been some great fishing.
Well, thank you.
A little brisk, but some awesome striper fishing. And, you know, I've seen all these lobster boats around here. It's my understanding that our host, Jay, back at the Applewood's making us a lobster feast tonight. So let's head back to the dock, and I'm going to get ready early.
Sounds good.
The Applewood Inn in downtown Freeport, Maine represents everything you hope and expect a bed and breakfast inn would be, plus lots more. Certainly, the comfortable, nicely decorated rooms help you to relax, and some even accommodate pets. The common areas make you feel like family, too. But the food can only be qualified as fabulous. The Applewood Inn has its own vegetable and herb garden that contributes to the amazing breakfasts. But don't be surprised if you suddenly get invited for dinner, because in addition to making guests feel at home, proprietors Jay Yilmaz and his wife Jennifer are all about food. Besides their inn, the Yilmazes own a number of incredible hot dog stands on Main Street in Freeport, where they sell regular and veggie dogs, sausage, grilled chicken bombs, lobster and crab rolls, burgers, and homemade desserts made by Jen. I always choose to stay in bed and breakfasts over regular hotels when I travel, and I've seen many. The Applewood Inn stands as the nicest and friendliest I've ever experienced. Oh, and the lobster dinner was absolute heaven. I thank Captain Eric Wallace at Coastal Fly Angler Charters for guiding us to fish under some tough conditions, as well as for his dedication to striper conservation. And also thanks to the Yarmouth Boatyard, who bent over backwards to make our stay and a few repairs we needed perfect. And as always, we and our hearing-impaired listeners thank Raymond Douglas at King Sailfish Mounts for making our closed captioning possible. I'm Dean Travis Clarke. Join us next time for another enviable adventure on SFTV.